Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Rob over on the Crypto Kings channel, and I kind of wanted to bring you guys some updates today, talking about Baby Doge, a few of the new things that have happened with the coin in the last few days, and where the coin is going to be in the next few days, and kind of some exciting turns that I think the coin is going to have in the next few days as well. So let's kind of start out here with some news that dropped a few days ago, and I actually wanted to wait until after the race had happened to talk about this news, as I didn't feel like it would move the price too much, but I think after the race it would move the price, which it to some extent did. So if you guys can see here, Baby Doge actually announced a partnership with NASCAR, where they would be sponsoring a car and a driver as well. So essentially, this is what the car looked like. It had all the Baby Doge branding on it, babydoge.com. The picture, the driver was also wearing the Baby Doge suit. So I thought that was kind of a cool branding opportunity. Obviously, not the most impactful sport to advertise a crypto on, right? So, not a ton of NASCAR people are probably invested in crypto. But nonetheless, still something cool in that we'll get those social analytics up to some extent, which I definitely think is good. They also did a giveaway tied to this, where they gave away 500 billion Baby Doge, which is a considerable amount of the coin. So yeah, I think this is interesting. And I definitely think this is something that it could have moved the price more. But I'm still not mad at it. I like seeing dev teams do things like this, even if they're necessarily not the most impactful on the price. They are somewhat of a community builder, and they do kind of push that engagement forward on Twitter as people are tweeting about it as they see it live. And it furthers the engagement. So overall, I think this was a good thing for the coin. Nothing really to complain about at all there. Moving on to the next little piece of news for the coin, we have the tweet that went semi-viral, right? Got 9.5 thousand likes, so it did something in the Twitter algorithm, and this is the official Baby Doge account tweeting out to retweet if you wanted coins to be burnt, which they've talked about for a while, and I believe they are doing. And it's pretty cool. I like seeing little, community engagement posts like this do well, because it means that the initial hype has not completely simmered off yet, and they do have an extended period of time to kind of solidify themselves as one of the top tier, shit coins, or one of the top tier altcoins, in the markets, right? So there are coins that will fade off into irrelevance, and a few coins that I think have done a good job at this. Obviously, Doge, Baby Doge is doing a pretty good job. Shiba is doing a pretty good job at that, as well as SafeMoon. Not all, most of those coins don't really have a ton of utility at the end of the day, but I think are doing a fairly good job at keeping themselves, somewhat relevant in the crypto investor space, especially on Twitter. They also have a Reddit, which I believe has like 7,000 members, which is pretty decent for an altcoins Reddit, unless you're not some like top tier up and coming project, just kind of a meme coin. I think that's pretty good. So their following is pretty good, and I'm kind of happy to see the way that the devs are taking this coin. And so now let's kind of move on and look at kind of the boomer sentiment among this news. So they kind of talked about the story behind Baby Doge here, and what all kind of led up to getting the sponsorship, the whole Son of Doge little thing that is going on with that. So they talk about the 800% increase that I talked about in the video a few days ago, and kind of the future of crypto sponsorships and how other crypto projects are chasing sponsorships. So for Baby Doge to be the first one to land a major sports sponsorship, or one of the first, I believe there's one other coin that does have a sponsorship in sports, but one of the first coins to land this kind of a partnership, I think speaks volumes about the dev team, and I definitely think is something that you want to see as an investor. Now, does this bode well for the future, or does boast well for the future of the coin? I can't really tell you guys at the end of the day. But I certainly don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, it seems like they're looking for more partnerships, but I really can't say yet whether or not this is gonna last. But I do think this is a step in the right direction for the dev team. So obviously, this is the 1 month chart. We all know about the giant run up here. And of course, you have to simmer down from there. You can't stay up there forever. I mean, this is when it was peak of the news, trending on Twitter. This is like peak Baby Doge right here. So let's kind of zoom in here to the 7-day chart. I feel like that gives us a better vantage point of what the coin looks like. And I know this chart's going to be concerning to a decent amount of people right off the bat, right? So you obviously have the huge spike here, the run up on July 4th. Then we've kind of had to simmer off over the last week. And we are actually red on the day individually, but nothing crazy, right? So it just fluctuated all day basically and decided to finish below where it started. So that's nothing really to be too concerned about. The thing that I was concerned about when I made the first video, and why I didn't make an immediate follow-up video, is I was scared that this coin might fall off into irrelevance. But when I saw the NASCAR news combined with a little bit of technical analysis and community sentiment gauging through Lunar Crush and a few other sites, I was kind of able to pick up that this is not a coin that's gonna go anywhere. It'll be there. It might not have these kind of highs anytime soon, but it's definitely a coin that won't just fade off into obscurity. Kind of, it's a mixture of community support. It's a decent token, a charitable token, right? So there's a few different aspects contributing to this, and I do believe that it's not a terrible project. And the dev team is certainly more than competent and knows how to keep this kind of thing going. So I really can't complain about anything so far. I mean, the volume charts are kind of the same thing, just simmer, 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 simmer. And I think we will pick up eventually. I think whether it takes Elon tweeting about it again, another big crypto investor tweeting about it, or just some kind of video going viral on YouTube, maybe this one, never know. Um, I think that there is a potential for another an upward movement on the charts. So, I'm not really too concerned about the charts. I'm actually happy to see this kind of stabilization of the coin. It's nice to see. Right? So, nothing too crazy there. Um, and kind of the another thing I kind of wanted to showcase here is the donation that they made to the animal shelter. And this is why I had initial fears about this potentially kind of fading into obscurity. But after seeing things like this, and kind of the community support behind things like this, one, it's nice to see in the crypto space, because there's not really a lot of there's coins that are charity tokens or whatever, but it's nice to see a project actually following through with it and donating. So I do like to see this kind of stuff. Obviously, this is kind of another showcase of their Reddit. Over here you have the picture of the driver that I mentioned earlier wearing the Babydoge apparel, which by the way I think is so funny considering it's like the dumbest, not the dumbest, but it's certainly a very childish logo, and it's just funny seeing the Babydoge logo at such a high-end sports event. So the Reddit's basically just been filled with people talking about the race and talking about the car at the race. And just kind of remarking, hey, this happened, this is so crazy. So I do think that it's kind of funny in some sense of the word. But I'm also happy that this happened, right? So I do think this opens the door for more crypto partnerships in the future. And I do think that this opens the door for more ambitious partnerships. Like, this is this is pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you would have told me a week ago that a meme coin that just launched a month and a half ago would be on the side of a NASCAR in a race, I would have probably spit at you. But it's ambitious. It really speaks volumes about the dev teams. I'm excited to see kind of other sports partnerships like this. One that I believe I saw about a month ago was the Ethereum Max, I believe it is, partnership with Floyd Mayweather. They were on his pants during his fight with Logan Paul. So I see these kind of partnerships popping up. Nothing's been incredibly meaningful so far, but I do think that we're moving in the right direction as far as like mainstream intervention, or an inner connection in kind of mainstream culture. And I'm excited to see these NFL tweeters tweeting about it. There's a NFL Twitter members kind of tweeting about it. Oh, I just bought 100,000 Ethereum today, and I love seeing that kind of stuff, because it just pushes it further out into the mainstream. And as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, about 1 in 10 U.S. adults own Bitcoin at this point, right? So it is something that's kind of being pushed into the mainstream, and I do think that we're gonna get to a point where it really will be considered digital gold. But kind of off on that tangent let's kind of get back to the Reddit articles and things like that. So overall, guys, that's really all I have for you today. I mean, I don't want to ramble too much longer here. Just kind of bringing you guys an update video on where Baby Doge is. I really expected to make an update video kind of saying that, oh, well, maybe it's time to dollar cost average down, maybe you should get out, but honestly, I really wouldn't recommend it at this time. I think that there's a decent chance that this token sticks around for another couple of months at least. And could be somewhat profitable if it sees the right attention and continue to grow, right? So I don't think it's something you should be selling yet, but certainly keep your eyes on the charts. A lot of you guys might see it this way, might not see it this way, but I do think this is promising. I do think there's a chance for a kind of run up again on the charts, some serious price action changes. So you guys, really all I have for you guys today. If you want to get invested in some crypto, we do have some affiliate links for Coinbase and Binance down in the description. So I'll see you guys in a future video. It's been Rob. Peace.